All right, welcome as we are back on our Thursday as our heroes dwell into the depths of the ruins of Draconia, discovering part of the ruins might be rebuilding themselves as they particularly attempted to see if they could find what might be left of a broomstone engine within Draconia, or what might, whatever that has turned into. During this, they ventured deep within a fortified area that looked like it had already had a few visitors, namely a small group of kobolds that they looked down on and chose murder as an option. They ruthlessly came upon. And right now, as two of the survivors are begging not to be hopelessly killed, we are going to see exactly what happens. As some party members want to shy away from murder, and others are like, nope, let's just kill all the friends so they can be together. We shall see what occurs with So in our initiative, we have Selikus, you're going first as you see Xanatos having their weapon now dug in a few times to one of the kobolds pleading for mercy. What would you like to do? You're muted, Selikus.
Sorry. If I remember correctly, Xanatos was down at the bottom of the stairs with the other kobold. Right?
Yes. I believe so. No, you're upstairs?
Yeah, I was upstairs. The other kobold is down the stairs, and they're about to come up.
Okay.
We're basically all huddled around this one kobold and the badger.
Then
Isn't the badger upstairs?
Yeah, the badger was upstairs, so I remember correctly.
Yeah, the badger's upstairs.
Downstairs.
Hey, badger's up.
Then I think what Selikus is gonna do is he's going to kind of like grab the little kobold by the scruff of his neck, and then he'll kind of like move it behind him, and then put a hand out towards Xanatos' sword and be like, stand down, Xanatos. He surrendered.
Xanatos will look at Selikus, but he puts his sword down, but he doesn't put it away. Says, he needs to give us good information if he's going to live. He has to earn his life.
Okay. Anything else, Selikus?
I'd like to essentially be like grappling this guy though, like one-handed grapple.
Okay, yeah, they don't really resist as you grab them. Like, don't kill.
His little toes are like dangling against the stones because I'm so tall and he's so short.
Okay. Then I guess I'll go through some, just make sure everyone has turns that matter here. Calder.
While they're distracted looking at the kobold, I'm going to end my shift and just go back to normal.
Smokes.
Man, those bees sucked.
Xanatos gonna look over at Calder. We are going to talk about what just happened with you.
Yeah, those bees were crazy. They stung me so bad.
Yeah, he's always had bad reactions to stuff like that.
I didn't like them either.
Alright. Ours. If there's anything, is there anything particular ours is doing?
Ours is just kind of watching Seleucus and Xanatos. Kind of like breathes a very small sigh of relief that Seleucus got involved and that he's big enough to be able to interpose himself between the kobold and Xanatos. And he's just despite that, he's a bit more worried that more kobolds or something bad might happen. So he's just kind of watching the entrances to the room. Just kind of giving his 2 cents every now and again, but mostly letting the others handle the situation.
All right, sounds good. Then Xanatos.
Xanatos is gonna look at the other kobolds joined us, right? Like it's come up the stairs, or is it like still chilling down there?
I believe it was surrounded. It was on the stairs, but it's surrendered.
Okay. Xanatos is gonna look to everyone and say, "All right, we need some rope. We need to tie these guys up because we need information." And if anyone's willing to lend Xanatos their rope, because Xanatos doesn't have one, I would like to tie up the one that I haven't been trying to kill yet.
All right, that's fine. You go on down, and you are able to tie them. Again, they're pretty much given at this point, so all ready for that.
And then I want to make sure, like, that one side, like, to the point, like, they can't run, like, so, like, around their legs as well. Like, I don't want this one going anywhere.
Okay.
And then Xander's got to look at the one that he was trying to kill, and then look back at the one that it hasn't touched yet. Tell him both, you know I don't care about your lives. If you care about your lives, you will tell us who this Grandmaster Master, whoever it is, and tell us your entire layout of who you have here.
Okay.
And if I have to intimidate them, I'm down for that.
Hey, give me an intimidation check.
Not good. An 8.
Alaric?
Yeah. Alaric is gonna just kind of slowly but weakly get himself up, prop himself up on with his staff, and get back up to his feet. Okay. I'm gonna go down those stairs, get away from the entrance. And then he just starts doing just that and begins heading down into whatever this is down here. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I'm sort of heading down. We'll kind of get to explanation here. Whisper.
Yeah, Whisper will make her way down as well because I don't think she's been down yet.
Okay.
So you've caught some. What are you gonna do with them?
Answer. Like I said,
You're still deciding. Okay.
Yeah. Anything for Orion?
I'm new, so I don't really know what your deal is. Like if you're ruthless murderers or if you are like neutral. I'm just trying to figure it out so I don't end up on the wrong side of a sword blade. Get what I mean?
Xantos will look at Whisper and says, well, I don't think you're planning on killing us or have that intention. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. And you seem like a very nice person who's gotten a lot of bad stuff. These two, on the other hand, are the exact opposite of you. So that's why we're going with the exact opposite approach with them.
Oh, okay. That's fair. If somebody tries to kill me, I'm going to try and kill them. That seems like a fair thing. They're probably going to be better at the killing, though, but that's just how that worked. And then she'll just stand there, waiting.
All right. Anything for Orion?
I'm gonna see if I can I already gave the weasel like a ration. Does it look like it has a collar or some way that they were? I know one of them was riding it, so I didn't know if it was like. I'm not trying to ride it. I'm just trying to see if there's a way I can like put it like on a leash.
Orion is trying to get a pet here.
Yeah, I mean they do have reins that they were using.
Okay. So I'll take a second ration out, and then because it gobbled the first one up, and I'm gonna just pull it out, and I'm gonna reach for the reins and see if I can kind of like horse it like to come with us and just like walk it like a dog.
Give me an animal handling check.
All right. Here,
But
boy.
if you run out of food, I'm not sharing mine.
Oh, well then we can just eat the weasel.
I thought it was a badger.
Badger, weasel, same family. That's why I got a 9 on my animal handling. Oh, actually, no, I got a 7 because I got a -2 for disadvantage.
For exhaustion?
Yep.
All right, yeah, you
exhaustion,
can
yeah.
now. It looks like very scaled. It is baring its teeth a little bit. Alrighty, in that case, these two go. They go. Oh yes, we'll tell you anything. Whatever you want is yours to know. And we will exit initiative. What would y'all like to do?
Yeah, answer Xanatos' question. What's the Grandmaster Master thing?
Oh, what's? He is the master that is grand.
Describe his
Oh.
physicality.
Physical. What does physicality mean?
What's he look
What
like?
Oh,
This is gonna get you killed a lot faster if you don't answer these questions.
I thought you had a certain level of intellect. I'll speak with single syllable words going forward.
what's what does Grandmaster look like? They are the scales of brown. You're muted, Xanatos, if you're trying to speak.
Sorry, I was talking to myself.
Oh, all good. As they kind of go, is it scales brown?
Brown?
Yes, brown.
Brown scales.
Brown
Okay.
scales. Brown scales. A little bit taller than me.
Like as tall as us, or like just a little taller than you?
A little taller. Blue eyes.
Are they a lizard?
Lizard? No.
Are they? Do they look like you? Like you?
They are kobold, yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
You
Do they
understand
have
that?
wings?
You understand that I was asking about your species, but you don't understand of what they look like. Okay, you're confusing me right now.
And what makes it? Why are they the Grandmaster Master? Why aren't you the Grandmaster Master?
Oh,
What's special about them?
they are good at what they do.
What do they
Which
do?
is
They tell people what to do. Leadership qualities.
Do they use magic?
Yes, they know some magic.
What kind of magic?
Kind of magic. Want to go
Is it like-
the
is it like-
hot magic, cold magic? Do they do lukewarm? I don't know. They they disappear and appear other places.
okay. Here,
Okay.
I'm gonna do something. You're gonna start describing things for me, and I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna make a kobold with brown scales using minor illusion, like slightly taller than them. Okay, with blue eyes. All right, give me the next detail. And I'm just gonna start slowly adding to this minor illusion till we
Is that
have.
smart? Yeah.
Oh, clever. Clever, Calder.
So we have an idea of what the hell
So,
the
I mean,
Grandmaster Master looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you get a kind of thinning, somewhat slight frame, but wiry. It looks like by the time you get it, they make sure you add details, I think, such as blades and staff and shield. But not all at once. It depends.
Not all at once. Okay, that was gonna be our question. Like blade, staff, and shield. That's a lot.
And I just whisper to Obi, like, are they bullshitting us? Like, you're usually good at telling, like, when I'm bullshitting you.
As I watch them, can I see if they seem like they're trying to like trick us by telling us fake information, or if they also just seem super confused, like they really don't know what the answers are, so they're just making shit up?
Yeah, ours is really good at seeing through lies as well.
All right. So you both separately can give me, I guess, insight checks.
Okay. So a 14 after exhaustion.
Okay. And what does ours get?
A 20, dirty 20.
Okay. So yeah, I would say you're yeah, I would say there's a little bit odd that sometimes the stories kind of conflict, but they both seem to think they're telling the truth.
Are there two Masters?
I think, no, wait, no, I think one.
Okay, we're gonna get bottom of this. I want to take one of the kobold, the one I haven't tried to murder. I want to take him and put him somewhat outside of the room where he can't hear the other kobold's answers, so that way we can like cross-reference like their stuff. And like I'll stay with the one outside, so that way like I know it's not leaving, and then that way we can like check what both of them are saying.
Okay, so let's get here. So is this Rizzy or Spindleflash? Who are we talking to?
The one that I am taking out of the room is the one that I haven't tried to hurt. I think that's Spindleflash.
Okay.
Thought it was the other way around.
See, I could 100% be wrong.
Which one has a Xanatos sword-shaped wound? Yeah. And he's gonna take the one that doesn't have that.
Yeah. One I've drop kicked, one I've stabbed. Which one am I? Which one is the drop kick one? That's the one I'm taking.
Okay.
Ours would speak up. He would say, "They seem to think they're telling the truth, I believe, but they seem to be getting kind of confused."
Well, they're not going to be confused about where their location is, because we're going to make sure we get the right answer.
Just so Lark is kind of like slumped down against a wall somewhere downstairs. He's like just throwing it out there that if the kobold leader can use magic, they can possibly change their physicalities. It might explain the conflicting stories.
Hadn't thought about that.
I would also like to, if we have a moment, I'd like to pull that giant spear out of the backside of my shield.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty easy, very successfully done.
Okay, well, we have an idea of what the leader looks like. So, do they go by any other names besides Grandmaster Master?
As I look at you, no. I know no other name.
Have you seen any floating rocks around?
Yes. The rocks float.
Where? Where are those rocks?
And this is the part I definitely want to make sure we're hearing from both of them to get the same answer.
Yeah, you're trying to take the one, so it's one place. So you, the one kind of goes the sharp rocks, the floating and biting ones, the crawling there, and they come from in the air.
Sorry, in here?
Downstairs.
Okay.
And they both said that, or just one?
So are there separate rooms and you were asking the same questions to them?
Yes, yeah, like it's if you ever like played Last of Us, like where Joel's like trying to figure out where they are on the map, he asks one and then has the other point out, kind of like that, to like figure out if they're telling the same story.
Okay.
I think Mikey's trying to shortcut us saying the same questions repeatedly.
Sure, that's fine.
Yes, yeah, sorry, yeah. Like whatever's asked there, I asked the other one.
Yeah, they both say that they are. Both things are down there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Both down there.
I'm a little bit woozy, but did the kobold say biting rocks?
Yeah. Floating, biting rocks.
I don't like that.
I heard that too.
I don't like that at all.
Relative to where we are now, where's the Hall of Mimics?
If they know where that's at.
Oh, but you were trying to figure out where it is.
Yeah.
Where all of you are. I mean, it's some distance away.
But it wouldn't be like below our current elevation.
No.
Okay. So we have an idea of what Grandmaster Master looks like. We know there's potentially Broomstone below us. Anything else before we
Hey, what's the badger's name? This thing's not moving.
You're still on it with the badger.
I'm like trying to pull the thing out of the corner. Come on.
What's his name?
Answer the question.
What? No name? He doesn't name Badger.
Does Grandmaster Master name all of you?
No. We come out with name.
I do want.
We hatch. We go to the big egg. Big egg tells us our name.
Hmm.
A big egg tells you your name?
How big?
And they just gotta put their hand really high up while standing on their tippy toes.
That's big egg. It's one hell of an omelet.
Mm-hmm.
That's awful, Xanatos.
I'm in a minor illusion.
No,
just
that's
like
breakfast hours.
a chicken egg, but the size that they're trying to bigger than this, as big as the illusion I can make, which is the 5 foot square.
Yeah, they get to the 5 feet and they go bigger.
Oh, bigger. And what color is it?
Purple and black and green.
How does it give you all your names? Does it talk?
You hear its voice in head.
Oh, that's weird.
So it goes, you spin the flash.
Okay. And Xander's gonna ask, like, how many of you are there, and where do you sleep? Where's home for you?
In our holes.
Where are the holes? From here, how do you get there?
And they point roughly a direction, like they go that way.
Okay.
Is that
How?
or is that like in the direction we came from initially?
A little
or-
bit, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it sounds like there's potentially brimstone below us. Alaric, you look like you could use a breather or 6
Yeah.
feet.
Or yeah, that'd be lovely.
So they definitely heard us here. So are we gonna move? Are we gonna go deeper and maybe try and hide? Do we want to just climb down into that pit trap and hope they don't look down?
Now that we've gone down the stairs, what is the room we're in look like? What does that look like?
Yeah, looking down the room now. You sorry. All right. You can see where this opens up wide. Probably about 30 by 30 feet. And in the center there is a small round opening. And out of it you can see going in and out are the small almost insect-like creatures made of this blue stone. And they kind of fly in and out, going up to this room. Or sorry, up to the circle. You look down and you can see it's about 4 foot wide, somewhat crystalline rock that has a soft blue glow.
What are these little insects? Are they dangerous?
You're the workers.
Wait, Whisper, what'd you say?
Haven't you seen them? They're like carving the city that's being built.
What?
How do you know that?
Do you all pay attention?
Yeah, you've seen this.
Oh.
They
No, I
even
was not
they were
paying
even like they were like gnawing away in the little grooves to make the walls look like bricks. You didn't see that?
No.
Oh. Hey, they're building the place.
I thought this place was already built, but it... Why are they building the place?
Do y'all have a map?
Sort of.
Kinda.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why we...
The other
didn't-
people, they had a map.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing, the writing with the blue light?
I don't have the map, but we have a map,
That is...
too, I think.
Yeah, we kind of have two halves of a map that we've put together. But yes, we saw the writing.
Do you remember what it said?
There's a lot of quotes. Ravenite and Draco Blood together. The Council. There's a lot of stuff on it.
Right. There was
Hopefully it'll be done. It'll take a while to finish.
Yeah, you have the exact same.
I
Xanda's
don't.
Xanda's gonna ask Lyric, should we just show him our map? Should we show him our map to see if it's the same thing?
probably. But,
Wait a minute. You're in a party and you haven't shared the map? Even those jerks shared the map with me. Well, shared it as
Those
they
jerks
showed
are
it to me.
dead. Those
Yeah.
jerks are dead, and that's why we're better. Because we didn't share the map.
Huh. How did you all work out your percentages, I wonder?
You mean of the treasure we get?
Yes. Does
What
everybody get
treasure?
a full share?
Of course.
Yes, but we haven't actually got any treasure yet, so we haven't come across
Yeah.
that
But I
problem.
mean, you all signed a contract that said y'all have equal shares.
You're getting paid?
Dang it, I was gonna make that joke.
Contract? You
Uh,
are
with-
aware
I-
this place doesn't exactly have laws, right?
No, with the League of
Yeah, but
Miracles.
outside this place has laws.
Sometimes.
We were under the
Our
impression
arms
we
are
would
good at
worry
their
about that
All right,
once we got
I guess
out.
that's a problem for later. However, that they're constructing for the future.
I just
They hope that one day the two draconian species will learn to live and coexist together in harmony.
he just didn't imagine the city would be destroyed.
Raven Knight and Draco Blood together.
This is after the city was destroyed.
But
Okay, above table. You all really all not remember this, or is this your characters playing this?
my assumption is that this project started before the city was destroyed.
Same thing. Above table.
what I
that's
thought. Yeah. I thought these were ruins. I didn't realize the insects were putting everything together.
God, you guys should have listened to that fighter who said these aren't ruins; they're building.
Well, I knew it was being built. I just thought that was like a automatic program that was running from these bugs that is left over after the fall.
That's
My
what I
assumption
thought
is it's
too.
something that's happened because
Another
the
thing.
map went to somebody. They said it would take a long time, or several
Yeah, it
Years.
takes decades.
It'd take a decade or two.
decades or two, and it's happening on the inside of the ruins.
But
And
it's
your intel, your
Yeah, so the idea
is
here,
correct.
if people didn't get it, yeah, it was in fact because they had said, "Hey, this is happening. Our old project should be starting because of the wreck," and that
Oh,
this,
okay.
so it is like a new thing being, but that no one would
Okay.
know about.
Because the note said, "This is all I can remember of the project," and so I thought like this is the thing that they wanted to start, but they just didn't get to. But in a couple decades, they will start the project. I didn't know it was like it'll be done in a decade
Yeah.
or two. Okay.
Sufficient progress, yeah.
Okay. So above table, we're all on the same page.
Yeah, it said at least a decade or two if it actually begins and makes enough progress for this to be useful. Okay, I get it. All right. Above table, I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby. You're amazing.
Let's replay that scene then. Maybe you'll answer questions differently. So they're the workers.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. I guess I'm just a little bit jarred from those other insects that came down whenever we tried to pluck that emerald shield. I wouldn't want to run into anything else.
Then you have the arcane constructs moving about the city, and they were in use before the fall. Are those also part of the reconstruction effort?
They were putting things away in the walls, right?
Right.
We found one that didn't have anything really useful. It just had like old pictures and stuff. Like maybe it belonged to a family or something.
That's sad to think about.
I mean, I suppose it's valuable to the family it belonged to, or maybe the family that's supposed to come back, or they're hoping will come back.
Well,
Celicus, does any of this ring a bell?
Some. Well, I suppose if the construct was given a specific order to take care of the belongings prior to the family being eradicated, they would continue to follow their orders.
I wonder if the bugs, and I don't know maybe even the constructs. Wonder if they're working for the League of Miracles. So, I mean, it's not like they could have foreseen that the city, that Draconia, would come crashing down.
Right, but they came after. They came into the ruins
Oh, they weren't here before?
after it fell. This work started after Draconia fell. Somebody, whoever created the map and wrote the letter and set this into motion, and I think the big silver disc thing controls the bugs, and I think the lights indicate either where they're currently working or where it's done.
Huh. So, who made these maps? Who put all this together?
Good
Do you
question.
know that?
I'm gonna guess 2 Draconians on different sides of the schism between the two, one's with tails and one's without tails.
Yeah, one Revenite, one Draconian.
Yeah, that's the words.
Very good one.
And they were somehow involved with the Order of the Blossoms.
Oh, that's a flower. I like flowers. That sounds nice. What is that?
A specific a further specific lifestyle choice.
A philosophy, you mean?
Philosophy of how to live, more or
That's
less.
what a philosophy is.
Oh, okay. What was their philosophy?
That dominance over all things wasn't the way to live. That perhaps trying to find my note right here. Do. That living with nature, adapting to new things, almost like personally evolving, almost. Rather than brute forcing your way to the top.
So actually nothing to do with flowers, then.
Well, they did have the philosophy of natural death and rebirth, I think. A very nature-oriented philosophy and how there's a cycle of things. I think that was part of it.
But not growing flowers.
Well, I mean,
So hung up on the flowers, Whisper. Is there a reason for that?
Yep, because I just said I like flowers. I thought the organization was about growing flowers. And turns
I
out
like
it's not about
flowers.
that at all.
No, it's symbolism.
They
But
were
the-
they seem to take inspiration from nature itself.
Nature can be scary.
It can also be very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
oh, and while we're just sharing random information about the Order of Blossoms, there were 12 different designs of flower petals to represent the organization. I'm not sure what that means.
Maybe we'll find out some more information. Maybe I'll learn if they have flowers.
Also, speaking of nature, Orion, stop fighting with that badger.
I'm gonna win this fight. I really will. I'm like, and I'm gonna try one more time.
All right.
But
here we
this
go.
time, what I'm gonna do though, is because the badger, he looks pretty bruised, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put my hands on him and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
That's how you lose a finger.
You can be animal handling with advantage.
All right, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds first. So the little guy just got 18 hit points back.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, he feels special.
Yeah.
Did you roll a d10 to see how many fingers you have left?
I did not.
God damn, you max rolled on the
I know, 18.
or near max rolled. Was that first level or second? Oh wait, we don't have second level spells yet. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not there. John's DC.
So which,
No, I think it's because he's doing it on his phone.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
Out
okay.
of
the
camera.
computer, my computer just died, or the internet died on the computer, so my phone is still what I'm operating on.
okay. So what'd you get?
Orion, I'm pretty sure this is animal abuse.
What was that?
Orion, I'm pretty sure this is animal abuse.
I don't know how it's animal abuse.
You just cured it.
I just healed it.
Oh,
You got a
I
16.
thought you did that, and then you were gonna turn around and try and wrestle with it.
No, I tried to heal it, and then I'm gonna try to get it to come with me again.
Okay, forget I said anything.
So 14 total.
Okay. So now as you take time and heal its wounds, looks at you and finally gives you a little lick on the cheek.
Nice, man.
Oh, good job, no name.
Well, it's just like Alaric's eagle or bird. Like, that didn't have a name until for a while, so.
She always had a name.
Yeah, it was hockey.
Not it.
All right. Will the badger walk if I pull on its reins, not like cruelly, just like walking it toward?
Yeah, enough. It's very unruly, sort of like it's still doesn't quite know. Goes sniffs different things, but yeah, you can kind of keep it with you at this point.
All right. See, Celicus? You just gotta be nice to it, right?
Well,
I say this as it like nips my back of my heel. Damn it.
well, you could be nice to that badger, but what about these two? And Xandos is gonna gesture to the kobolds.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
We give good info.
I mean that's to be determined.
Do we need to ask about additional traps? You know,
Yes,
in
yeah,
the
let's
direction
ask.
we're going.
What traps are there? Like, coming around?
Oh, Santos.
No more traps in here. All clear.
Can I roll in like, do we saw that insight check of that they're telling the truth, or can I roll insight to see if they're
Give me
telling the
insight
truth?
check.
Okay, because I know I push boundaries, and I feel this might be a retaliation for my drop kick. So, all right, it's 15 total with exhaustion.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like they're telling the truth.
Okay.
They mentioned the biting rocks down lower. Do they have traps placed between here and the biting rocks? Possibly.
They look. Oh no, we didn't set anything else up here.
Okay.
But I mean, no, lots of traps in tunnels. Yes, new ones, I'm sure.
Do you know a safe way to get us all the Grandmaster Master without triggering traps or alarming anybody else?
do know some tunnels where I know traps, as long as people have not put new traps.
Does Grandmaster Master have his own, or do they have their own special room that they stay in, and no kobolds are going?
They have their tunnel they dig, yes.
They're digging a tunnel?
Well, every kobold digs own tunnel.
Okay.
This is your tunnel. You have your trap. So I could take you down my tunnel to some of the others. But some maps are hidden from other kobolds. So I know some, but I wouldn't know all of them. I can help you look. Me and Rizzy, we will be expert guides.
I'll go over to Xanatos. I just had a thought. Perhaps if we show them the blossom symbols on our map, we can determine if they've seen those symbols elsewhere in the city.
That's a great idea. Yes, we should show them and ask where the room is, whatever we're looking for.
So yeah, with map in hand, I'll show the kobolds. Do you see these 12 symbols that represent flower petals?
They look over and they point to one as they go, "Oh, that's Grandmaster Masters."
Okay.
Excellent. And I'll check, make a note to myself in my, which one's which. And then, have you seen any of these other symbols elsewhere in the city?
They look a little bit here, and they do point to one other. Here. And they go, yes, this one.
What is by that symbol in the city?
Go specifically here. That is Darius's. Darius has that one.
Is that a name?
Darius? Yes.
Who is Darius?
Darius, they I've not seen. It's the pool. Darius has Darius pool. We go there when we are injured. And you can look down and you on the water is that shape. And then you say, "Darius, I'm really hurt." And the water comes up, wraps around you, and usually heals everyone. Sometimes breaks their neck and eats them.
Whoa, Jesus.
So most times heals you, sometimes Darius is peckish.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna recommend we go to that room first, but that might not work.
So does that mean Darius is not a kobold like you?
Darius, no.
Is Darius the water?
Yes.
Darius is okay. Is there any other information that we can like gain from them? Like asking like above table, like is there like anything else we can ask them to not walk in a trap or to go in the right direction?
I mean, that's up to you. What
Yeah,
you-
I don't have any other questions for him.
Just because I don't exactly remember, did we ask him if he knows how many of them there are?
He said 250-ish
Yeah.
Okay.
last session.
Yes. Oh, I mean more now, but yes.
Okay.
So you were lying to us then?
No, I didn't count that you killed them.
That doesn't make sense if there'd be more when we subtracted.
Shows what you know.
Okay, Xando's gonna kill this guy right now.
No, Xanatos don't.
Xando's gonna put, he's
No,
gonna put his
because
sword.
it's you, boy. Whatever. Why one of us dies?
They've been completely transparent with us so far. They've answered our questions.
Wait, what was that you just said?
That was
What
important.
happens when one of you dies?
Two are born.
Two more. Oh.
Oh god, this is a Hydra situation. God.
So the more of you we kill, the more. Oh no.
Oh,
I bet it has something to do with that weird egg.
that's yeah. Xando's got agree with ours. Like yes, that has to be that egg. Xandos wants to ask them where the egg is, like on the map. Like where's the egg?
It wouldn't be shown. So remember, you kind of went off the map when you found their layers, so it's not represented on the map.
Oh, okay.
'Cause your map has like several maps of like individual rooms, not how they're connected.
Okay. But then asking like which direction is the egg, like so we know like where to go,
I mean, they put generally where you all came from, their warrens in the tunnels,
or like even just like pointing, like so that way like when
Yeah.
we leave, like okay, cool, all right.
Maybe not important, but do you have a name for the building we're currently in?
Yes. Oh, this is the broomstone charging.
Oh,
This is where, yes. So this is where the broomstone bugs are charged. We say. So then goes. So you see, down here in this hole is all the little broomstone bugs. They fly, and they come here, and they get energy back.
Is there any actual broomstone nearby?
Yeah, it's probably like when you said below, like downstairs, I think.
Well, they go, the bugs are broomstone.
I don't want to mess with them though, because if we start hurting the bugs, they might start hurting us.
Or giant metal armor comes after you.
Celicus, does Brimstone just have these bugs in it, and that's what causes it to fly?
Not that I know of. It was specific. It was specific arcane magics.
The hole that the bugs are coming out of, how deep does it go, or can we not see like a bottom?
It's just about 5 feet deep, and you can. Here you see. So again, you see these little guys come out, and they kind of land on what looks like this large crystalline stone, and then like another piece of that stone breaks off, and the kind of bug kind of flies up.
I mean, so is that broomstone, Celicus, that they're coming out of?
I can look down into like the hole, correct?
Yeah, I'd say looking at it, these look like they are made of brimstone. The more you look at it, the more you can just sort of see the little lines where this looks like a big hunk of brimstone, but it seems to be in actuality a bunch of these brimstone, these insects made of brimstone, like sleeping or recharging or whatever they are doing.
This might be a far-reaching theory, but if these little bugs made of brimstone, using brimstone, either or, are then carrying all of this throughout the city to make, craft, design the city, when it's complete, this might all fly again.
I mean, that's a good point. They might be depositing small amounts of brimstone everywhere,
Yes.
and that's what actually helps lift the whole city back up. So maybe there's not any like large specific pieces.
Well, it might be both.
That's true.
Is brimstone these bugs poop?
Bless you.
The bugs are carved from brimstone. They're not actually alive.
Yes, it's
So they're constructs?
maybe, possibly.
Huh.
They look close.
So if we just start snatching them up, could we sell them?
Well, I mean, you can sell practically anything, but I do think that Whisper has a good point that damaging things in the city and maybe things building the city activate the defenses of the city.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Man.
Well, with Draconia, like the broomstone was used to transport people and goods across the city, right, Zilgus?
Yeah, but it also made the entire city float.
But is there a way we can follow the broomstone to where we want to go? Like the treasure, like where all the goods would be.
Yeah, if it's used for transportation, you might be onto something, Xanatos.
Would that be
don't-
possible?
You ask Celicus?
I'll ask anyone at this point.
Celicus is a little distracted. He's like looking at the bugs, like charging, watching them fly away, like just like he's kind of wrestling with the idea that there is a chance that somebody did this, created a project, taking like a secret project undertaking to rebuild Draconia, like more or less underneath the nose of the League of Miracles, because like it doesn't seem like the League knows that this is going on.
I'm sorry, Xanatos. I don't have a clear answer for you. The answer is it could, but the chances of that, I don't know. Because the extent of my knowledge is that I didn't even know this bug thing was possible. I didn't know you could create arcane constructs of brimstone to work on their own. I thought it was... the only use I've seen is in the core flying ships. Come see it skyports. and the design of that is they just have large stones with specific arcane sigils and mechanisms attaching the large, very large stones to the ship itself, and that's how they're able to move through the air. I didn't know the smaller capabilities of it. So whether we follow these to more, I don't know.
I think there's a possibility that there's some way to use the broomstone to transport to a different part of the ruined city, but I don't know if that would take us to anywhere where there might be a lot of treasure.
I do think we have a solid lead going down where the kobolds said they were floating rocks and biting rocks. Still not a fan of the biting part, but floating might be what we're looking for.
I'm interested in that egg.
Yeah, and Luke, your mic's a little quiet.
Okay.
We can hear you, but so you think what they were talking about seems to be this that they've shown you?
Oh, I see. The room we're in, are there any other exits?
No. And looking around, this seems there are like arcane workings upon the walls here and the floor and around this, like, seems to be a hole. You can see along the walls around the rock where these bugs are essentially coming to and floating off of. You can see charged arcane symbols glowing brightly, like radiating a blue energy towards this.
And do they represent the ones that we saw on the silver disc?
Oh, they seem different than the disc.
Oh, okay. Well, personally, I could use a bit of a breather, maybe an extended nap.
Yeah, it's out to say, like, let's tie these guys up. Obviously, if we kill them, 4 more are gonna pop up. So, and if you look at them, it's your lucky day today. Totally was gonna kill you. But then, yeah, Xandos is open to like doing like a short rest or whatever, and then or long rest, and then moving on.
Yeah, I don't think we can long rest here.
Yeah, it might be a little dangerous.
Yeah.
So, is there any other ways in or out of this room other than down the stairs?
No, this room seems to be this kind of what this room seems to be made for. Doesn't seem to be anything else.
I mean, at least if we stay in here for a short rest, we know no one is coming down those stairs. You know, we can keep an eye on those stairs.
And another thing is that there's probably not, well, I don't know this for certain, but this might be as safe as it gets around here.
Yeah.
So I guess we haven't talked about it before, but when we do intend to make camp, bed down, are we staying in here, or are we trying to make our way back out?
I think staying here is probably the easiest place to fortify.
Yeah.
If they come down from down there, it's
Yeah, it's a bottleneck.
Let me clarify. I meant the ruins in a whole. But are we? We've come through several rooms of danger. When we camp, are we staying in Draconia or going back out?
Well, I don't want to go back to the mimic room, so I feel it's more to go forward than it is backwards.
Those houses didn't seem so bad. But we'd have to trek back there.
Until you started prying the gold from the table.
I asked if it was okay with everybody. You all nodded yes.
It was okay until we realized it would.
So why don't we
Big
stop,
construct.
bringing up that particular example of how I caused danger?
Well, my only thought there is that weren't the constructs freely walking about house to house?
But
Yeah,
there's 3 less of them. Maybe they don't have a factory also that's creating them. Wait, if there's a factory creating them, that would be information that would likely be paid for.
True.
We should also keep an eye out for a factory creating constructs that turn your friends invisible so that you kill them.
What? That is such an oddly specific way to deal with enemies. Like, someone had to design that into those constructs.
So do we think this spot's going to be the spot to rest for an hour or so?
I think it's
I think
maybe better.
I think it's a great plan. And then you can figure out which thing you want to go after. The egg or the tunnel with the guy with the flower petal. So far, I'm not sure that you guys are sure on that.
I say we go for the egg.
Yeah,
What are we going to do with an egg that is both sentient and psychotic? No, that's not the word. Psychic.
I mean, it probably might sell well.
How do we transport it?
We were having trouble moving some armor. You think we're going to be able to move an egg that is bigger than 5 feet tall and psychic that can command things to attack us? Or is it plan to just befriend the egg?
And what laid the egg? And is it still around?
Is there
I hope
also a
this will help
giant
you
chicken?
decide what you wanted to do, not make you ask more questions. Clearly, I failed at the vote.
I'd like to investigate the egg, personally.
Calder, what makes you think it was a chicken that laid that egg?
The age-old question. Which came first?
Yeah, we already know the answer to that, Calder. It was me.
I don't recall you laying eggs.
No, it was me. I came first, then you. So
Speaking of Calder, are we going to talk about the furry little problem during that fight?
I mean, it seems to be doing okay. It's just sitting there.
yeah, I mean,
No, I'm
badger's
not
calmed
talking
down.
about the badger. I'm talking about how mid-fight you sprouted claws, teeth,
I didn't,
and fur.
but I didn't.
Wait, who did that?
Calder.
Wait, what did I do?
Apparently, it sprouted fur
Allegedly?
and teeth and claws.
What did I allegedly do? Because I don't remember all that.
I think I missed that. I was pulling Whisper out of a spike pit.
I feel like we
I
would
was
have
saving Whisper's life with my magic.
Are you sure? Who saw this?
Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. Fine. Keep your
Celicus.
secrets.
Are you that sure that happened?
Okay. I do feel the need to forewarn the group that if we do only rest for a little bit, it'll give me time to kind of bind my wounds, but I'm going to be extremely useless to the group as a whole in our continued efforts.
Me too, Alaric.
My magic is fairly tapped.
I mean, we can attempt to try to take a longer rest down here. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I don't know if anything else is going to be coming down here.
That's the big problem, is that we don't know that about any of the rooms we find.
Exactly.
I
So,
mean, that's the problem with adventuring, or the bonus is you never know what's going to happen. That's why it's an adventure.
At least this room, we've already explored it, probably found all of the traps, and there's one way in, one way out.
I mean,
But
if you,
the giant hole in the ceiling, but that.
All of you guys just kind of like froze for me for like a few seconds. So I missed that.
So let's get
Good.
decision one here. Short or long rest?
I'm up for attending a long rest.
Me too.
Yeah, like I'm pretty tapped out.
I'm okay with taking a long rest as long as we set up a watch, because
Yes, that 100%.
sure,
We
let's go
can
for the long.
certainly try.
We can certainly try for the
Okay.
long rest.
Then first things first, everyone roll me a d6.
Hooray!
Oh no.
Solid 3.
4.
4.
It's gonna be a 1 from me.
And a 1 for me.
Oh no.
Oh no,
3.
for me.
And a 1 from ours.
And a 1 from ours?
Oof.
Is that
Oh.
3 1?
3
That's
1.
3 ones.
That sounds like everything's going to be okay.
So who wants to be brothers in the next campaign?
We could be cousins this time.
Absolutely amazing. All right.
So we'll do a flashback real quick.
We'll flash back to 5 minutes ago when we all were trying to ask Cal about why he turned into a big bear beast, and we all gaslit each other.
All right. Who's then? Then you can pick the first watch.
I'll actually. Oh, I was going to volunteer to go first.
I'm down for whoever, me or you first.
There's
I'll,
7 of us. It'll probably be. Do we have any elves? I think there's 5 humans.
Lots of humans.
Dragonborn. Oh, are you is Whisper human also?
Most humans I've seen in a D&D campaign my whole life.
Man, that versatile human though is hard to pass up. Like, good class.
Yeah, ours and Seleucus are the only non-humans.
Yep.
All right.
However, I would like to, before we start, summon my familiar mat.
Okay.
And so you will hear Whisper go, Briarblade, if you're not busy and your obligations don't prevent it, can you come to me? Then out of a swirl of emerald mist, a tiny formidable figure appears beside me. A muscled pixie with golden hair, golden hued skin tone and short. Dark green hair cropped close in a rugged style. Her piercing blue eyes sharp and vigilant sweep over the room with a warrior's intensity. And a faint dusting of freckles dot her nose and cheeks. She is clad in finely crafted leather armor with glittering silver plates, each etched with intricate symbols. Her strong, agile limbs are built for swift, precise movement, and her hands rest naturally near her weapons. A slender bow made from a twig string with spider silk, a polished needle-sized sword at her side. Though small, her posture and gaze reveal her fierce, protective nature. This is my friend Briarblade. She can help keep watch.
Is that like hockey?
I don't know what a
Not
hockey
her
is.
name. Blitzfunker. It's not that hard.
Sorry, one more time.
Blitzbug.
Blitzfunker.
Pig fucker.
No. What?
I'm not sure you're supposed to use either of those
Okay.
words in front of ours.
That's the one.
Yeah. Take it. I think it was worth it.
Which just kind of
I,
gives a
I tried so hard not to say it, but it was right there.
No. It's Zimnian. It means lightning hawk. I named him.
Oh.
So it is hockey.
No.
It's bird of electricity.
In Zimnian, hawk is Falke. Falke.
Sparky
Oh.
hockey.
Oh.
Blitz is
Yeah.
lightning. So it's Blitzfalke.
Man, I'd really like
Can you
to
bring
familiar.
Blitzfalke
Oh.
back?
Listen, I just wanted to bring my friend to help us with watch so we could rest. Don't we all want to rest? Isn't that a thing we're doing?
Oh, so now
Yes.
there's 8 of us.
Thank you, Whisper.
Dibs on watching with Briarblade.
Yeah, I mean, Briarblade could watch the whole time with people.
How does Briarblade not sleep? Briarblade,
This
you don't
is a
sleep?
manifestation of a physical body. She's really a space spirit.
All
So,
So
really-
first watch again is
Orion.
Ryan.
I'm sorry. I'm trying just not to laugh at the Blitz Falk.
Orion and who? If anybody.
I think it's
That's what I thought.
What?
Oh yeah, if it's better for like two, like for groups of watchers of two, then yeah, I'll do it with Orion.
Okay. Oh yeah. So this is the first time we've done this. So that's a good. Sorry about that. So, yeah. Typically we do watches of 2, and it's about usually 3 to 4 watches. The whole idea is you get to be on the watch with someone. There can be conversations if you like. Usually good RP moments a little bit there, and we don't worry too much about like whatever the rules say at any given time about like you need this many or this is what people can do. Too much, except for the hours wise. So it just sort of leaves room for things. But so, and not to cut off anything super important. I just want to make sure we're moving at some pace. Does everyone have their preparations before they take their long rest? Or begin their long rest? Because a reminder, if you cast a spell or do an attack, your long rest starts over.
Okay, so
Before
Ours
we go
is-
into long rest. Sorry.
ours is going to just take like a minute or two, if that, to kind of generate a small pale gold light at the tip of his finger, his index finger. You guys can see that he kind of like very systematically starts cleaning himself off, 1 square foot at a time, with his prestidigitation.
So in
Um,
3 uses?
A little bit more than that, but yeah. Yeah, you're right. So I mean, 6, probably like 30 seconds, if that.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Celicus wanted to do something.
I was going to heal Alaric before we go into this long rest cycle.
So,
Alaric, you
ours-
get 11 health back.
Oh, shit. Back to full! Hooray! Thank you, that feels much better.
Keep your wizard and sorcerers alive.
Ours kind of rubs his bruises, looking over at Alaric, says, you wouldn't be able to replicate that again, could you?
Nope, I'm now tapped out.
Aw.
I'll.
He looks down.
Orion
ahead,
will walk
Orion.
up to you, Ars, and be like, "It's all right. You know, you'll feel better. Maybe if you just lay down and rest." And as I do that, I'll just gently pat you on your back, and I'll cast Cure Wounds one last time, and you'll recover 12 hit points.
Nice.
I just take a minute to
Ours is
use
at
my
full
magical
now.
cutting to get a spell slot back. Just in case.
Thank you, Orion. His bruises and cuts and all of his bee stings and stuff are all healed. His burns, and he lets out a deep sigh. Okay, thank you, Orion. I feel much better now.
No, not a problem. Get some sleep, though.
I'm gonna try.
Orion, are you good on hit points?
I'm good.
Okay.
And
Then Xanatos will do the lay on hands on him. Then, like, no one else is really low, right? Okay, cool. Then I'll do lay on hands on myself, and then I'll cast detect evil and good, but it only lasts 10 minutes. So hopefully something happens in 10 minutes.
Why would you say that?
All right.
Everybody just spent all their resources.
Matt, I got a question. If I cast light while we're short rest or long resting, will that break? Because it only lasts an hour.
I'll let you keep light up. That's fine.
Okay, I'm just asking because I want
It's
to
a
know.
fair question. Yeah.
All right, so
It's
I
more
will.
combat oriented or leveled spells, I would say, probably a little more.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to take like one of the rocks or like a piece in here, and I'm just going to cast light on that, and then I'm going to put it, just so that Xanatos and I'm going to put it a little up the stairs, just so we have a little bit of a light coming to us, but a light going ahead too. So if something starts moving or shadows, we'll kind of have a little forewarning, hopefully.
Okay. I like that. All right. Then, is there any conversation you guys want to have? Or...
Well, I mean, Xanatos, I know everybody kind of gave you a little kind of like pushback there with the whole don't kill him, don't kill him. I mean, to be fair, I spent a lot of time on the sea, and I get it. We used to, sometimes we acquired ships, not in the most proper way, but you don't always want people that you just kind of dealt with coming back and trying to stab you in the back again just because, so hey, I get it, man.
Exactly. That you've seen it on your ships and on your voyages, I'm sure. I have seen it when you give an inch, they will take a mile. And I've seen far too great results of that when trying to be kind, trying to do the right thing doesn't always turn out to be the right thing. And because we've already experienced issues before, and Xantos will hold up Tarson's bracelet, indicating Torsten's bracelet from before. Because we already lost one, I ensure that this will not happen to another one of us. If that means making sure that creatures are dead, then that's making sure creatures are dead. But this would have caused more problems if they died, so they get to live.
I do see where
Ours would look up at Xanatos with just a light.
Ours, you're totally asleep.
Oh,
right. This is during their rest, and they're on watch.
I guess.
I'm just being a little. It is usual thing with that.
Okay.
Unless you said you were on watch with them, I didn't think you did.
No, I didn't specify, but it's fine.
Okay.
I get it. And I'm all about it. I do at least see the value though of, and I look at the 2 kobolds that we tied up. I go, a little cannon fodder is not the worst thing either. Too, if we send them ahead in a tunnel, and as you look at me trying to still like push the dent out of my shield, I'm like, because this wasn't like it cost me like a bunch of bugs falling on me and eating part of my armor, which still looks like shit.
Well, let's help with the shield, and Xanatos will cast Mending on the shield to hopefully where it repairs. If it says single break or tear, but hopefully it fixes it.
Oh, nice. Look at that. Oh, I appreciate that, because I was sitting here like thinking, I'm like, man, who am I going to find to fix this thing? Because it's a pretty nice relic,
Absolutely. If I was still a shield guy, I would have taken that for sure, but you
I know.
definitely...
I don't know. I mean, I asked Sel, and he was like, no, man, if you want to keep it, you keep it. I was like, all right. I didn't want to be like stealing from your kind, but Sel was like, it's yours, man. You take it. So, I got to ask you really one quick question though. Like the hair, man, like, is it like a shock of white because like you saw something one day and it just scared the crap out of you? Or is that just naturally like what your hair is now?
It's just because I'm 50 years old. It's just because I'm old.
Well, you look
But
great for
thank
your
you for
age.
thinking. Thank you. I try, lots of beer and lots of meat. Like, that's usually a good diet. So
I mean, do you do a lot of push-ups in them? I mean, because look at you, you're like jacked. And I mean, I was on a ship and I don't even look like I'm even nearly defined as you.
it's just, you see all those like old guys that like just hang out, and then I saw this one old dude, like, and he was just like yoked. Like this guy like bench like 5 like buckets of ale, like it was crazy. I was like, that's who I want to be. And I never forgot that, and that's the most important lesson in my life. Besides all the other good stuff, like, it was to make sure that your body can withstand anything until you can't do anything more mentally.
Oh, I get it. I'm gonna have to like get on your workout regime with you because like it is just like not to. I mean, but if I could bulk up a little bit more than my brother, it would just be so much funnier. But I mean, he's already kind of so much better at like the attic stuff than I am.
Well, he's just jealous that he doesn't have your good looks, so that's probably why.
That's true. I am the better looking one. I mean, look at the color. I mean, I can't believe you even copied like my outfit.
All right. In that case, y'all can make perception checks.
Okay.
Oh boy. Fun. Oh yeah, the guys with exhaustion were on the first watch together.
Oh god, yeah. Oh hey, look at that.
Ooh,
Oh nice.
17.
I got a 20.
Nice.
We're on it.
Okay. That you listen into the darkness. And we said 20 was the highest?
Yes.
Mhm.
Then you can see where you have your light shining. It just doesn't extend as far as it was when you first cast it.
As
That's
in,
not-
as in, like something is like blocking the light, like coming towards the light, or something like next to the light is like overtaking it.
So it does the bright and then dim. The dim doesn't seem to be working just the bright, as if it just ends into darkness and you cannot see.
Okay, I would do the same thing like I did with Torson's body. I'll cast Mage Hand and have it like try to throw a whole bunch of like dust and like dirt, like to see if they'll blow it towards whatever, towards that direction of the dimming.
Okay. Dust flies in there. I mean, it's dark.
Hey, we are in the tunnels. Do the little bugs look like they're still working?
Yeah.
Does the dust cover anything? Like show like
No.
an invisible person? Okay.
Sparkles and settles.
And I'm guessing Detect Evil and Good has no effect. Like it might have been too short.
Because that's Fey Fiend, Undead type of stuff.
Oh shoot, that's right. Aberration, Celestial, Elemental, Fey, Fiend, or Undead.
Yep, none of that triggers.
Oh, great. Okay.
I mean, you know what? Just just stay within like 5-10 feet of me, all right? I'm just gonna walk up the stairs a little bit and pick up the stone that I put the light on and just kind of like move it around to see if it seems like it's not there's like an issue with the spell. Maybe I feel like something's wrong with my spell.
So you grab it, and you kind of. So you pick it up. Do you kind of put like? What are you doing to move it? Are you just moving it around randomly?
I'm just kind of moving it in front of me to see like if like why the dim light part isn't working, and then I'm like pulling it back to see if the dim light comes, and then if I push it forward, does it more of the light start disappearing?
Okay. So you push it back, and then you can see it starts to work a little normally. And then as you push it forward, the host spell stops. It grows dark.
Ooh. I pull my hand right back. Does it relight?
No.
If I cast a light, does it relight?
Yeah. But the dim light still doesn't proceed.
Santos will ready an action to in case like something appears ready to cast a spell. But just like he'll like talk to Orion like, well, I still like looking forward. Like, you're seeing what I'm seeing, right?
Yeah.
Should we wake the others?
A voice from the darkness.
Oh no.
Shit.
Impressive. And though it's soft, it seems to echo loud. Not all notice so carefully.
Who are you?
Trespassers ask me who I am. How rude. And there's this hot breath that you feel moisture on your skin from the humidity of it. And you feel something and hear it kind of scratch against the stone as if getting closer, and the light spell goes away.
Listen, we mean no harm. We came down here to recover a lost companion. We unfortunately encountered some kobolds. We just need some rest, and we plan on leaving. I would be happy to meet you.
Liar. You plan on going deeper, I heard you.
right. I'm not even gonna argue with you. We were gonna go further down. We were gonna go look for some giant egg that those two told us about. But we just want to know if this is your territory and this is your place. If you want us to leave, we'll move.
Who is like sleeping closest to us?
Currently, yeah, I would say you've walked about 30 feet away from where everyone was sleeping.
Okay, no mind. Well, there goes that idea. Okay.
Because you investigated the thing.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. Okay. Do I have line of sight of like the party sleeping?
Yes.
Okay. So
do you have dark vision?
God dang it, no, I do not. Never mind. Nope.
There is no light spell anymore.
Just reading an option, just like looking around, like holding the sword, just like in case something goes down.
I'm going to step back next to Xanatos and try to recast light.
As you take steps back, you feel this thing matching your step. As you try, the spell doesn't work.
All right. You proved your point. We apparently have crossed you. What would be a tribute, a offering that we may give to you to show our sincere apologies for entering your home without permission?
Offering. Tell me, do you think yourself worthy of Draconia's bones?
Personally, I don't.
But
that's not what I was hired for.
But we come with a member from Draconia.
Yes. One who's all but forgotten what it was.
But seeks to remember the rest.
My kobold kin wander this place, for they know reverence. You and your kind come to steal. Yes.
We came to gain knowledge. Taking knowledge is one thing. We were unaware that this belonged to someone. If one was to enter a home that seemed abandoned but discovered that someone lived there, information has changed. We are going with information we had perceived, and that we are now discovering new information.
I will take the shield that we found, and I will just hold it out. If this is what you were asking about, then it was not mine to take, if you believe it right to remain here.
No. It is all the things that you've done.
Then instead of punishing us for our ignorance, because it truly is ignorance and not arrogance, help us learn of this place.
Give me a persuasion check, Xanatos.
Heck yeah. Alright, here we go. Come on.
I can't give him guidance, can I?
You can.
Heck yeah. Okay.
Throw a D4.
Unless it says C.
Unless, what's the C?
I
don't
unless you
need
need sight.
I think it's just touch.
If it's touch, you're good to go.
Yep, it's just touch a willing creature.
To dirty 20.
Interesting. I am willing to forgive if you offer reverence.
What specifically are you seeking for in reverence?
It's a big word for me too. I don't actually know what that meant.
You are daring, yes. Deeper down, there is something that was stolen from me. Retrieve it. Ones like you came while I was out, and they have not come back up. Find them or their corpses and bring me what they took. This is reasonable.
This is reasonable. This item, will we know it when we see it, or can you provide a description of this item?
It's a gemstone embedded in a golden draconic eye socket.
Gemstone in a draconic.
Warm
Any-
to the touch. On it are the words, through the eye of the firstborn, all wisdom flows.
Matt, would you be able to tell us what it was that he said again? That was inscribed on it?
Through the eye of the firstborn, all wisdom flows.
The eye.
Xantos will ask, may I ask how old you are?
What a pertinent question. Impertinent question.
But it is a polite question.
Old enough to eat you.
Is I'm trying to think of how to ask this without getting eaten by the thing.
Is it possible that we may... Oh, go ahead.
Xantos will ask, are you by chance one of the Revenites? Was it pronounced Revens or Revenites, or what is it? Revenite? Or one of the
Revenites.
Revenite, okay. Are you one of the Revenites or one of the council members?
I am no creature of diluted blood.
Okay.
I came to keep this place after both those of Tail and Non saw it fall to the frigid doom. I've watched it, nurtured and protected this place. I have wandered its rubble.
Is there a name we can address you by? So that when we come back here, we can...
I am Grimshale.
Grimshale. And Grimshale, how many were in the group that took the stone, so that when we encounter them, we'll be able to be prepared for them.
5 I smelled.
Okay.
Thank you, Grimshaw, for allowing us to have an audience with you and for extending your presence here and letting us not be arrogant and instead to grant knowledge upon us.
Then I will tell you one thing and give you another. Sleep well and leave quick, or this place will cleanse you. 2, head towards the wall that is unworked from this place. I will leave you a path into the deeper ruins where you may search for my property. If you return it to me, you may keep all other things you have found this time.
Will we have to deal with any of your kobold minions, or will we be granted safe passage?
Where you are going are beyond of those I talk to if they are there. But all of the egg will not bother you for now.
Okay.
I know it's like in the dark, but I'm still gonna kind of like take a bow and just say, we really appreciate this. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Xanatos will lower his sword to not seem threatening, but still have it in his hand.
Good. Hear the scratching of stone. And you hear a deep scratch of stone. Then so the others realize the peace you've brought them.
Thank you.
And the air grows dry and cool once more. The scratching continues for a moment until it just doesn't, as if you were being allowed to hear it only for your benefit.
Got it. Can Orion and I look at the scratches to determine what type of creature might have left that?
So you do find yourself, you feel like light can work now.
All right, I'll recast it.
They are deep. Looks like each one is around 8 inches in width.
In width? Jeez.
And by now you know how to recognize draconic writing.
Okay.
It seems it has carved a word in the side of the wall.
Xanatos, I'm not gonna lie, man, that was amazing. I don't know how you talked him into that, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I gotta change my pants.
Creatures of power expect respect and to not give him respect usually engages in things we don't want to engage in, as I've learned in my years of experience. Because if he wanted to kill us, he would have been much more aggressive in the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he means by this whole sleep well and leave quick before the thing cleanses us, but I'm thinking this is the last rest we're taking down here until we get that stone, we get it to him, and we get out.
I concur.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to pass off the next watch?
Yeah.
You can tell me how you're going to do that. Who do you wake up and what do you...
Actually, I would like to wake up Celicus next, only because I want to know what that word is on the wall that just got...
Celicus is getting up.
So, is that cool with Celicus the next watch? And who else would like to take Celicus as well?
I would let Celicus choose who they want to go with.
Celicus who?
Alright.
Or who would like to be Celicus? It could be both options here.
Celicus wanted to be on watch with Calder just so that he could pin Calder down and be like, I wasn't losing my mind, Calder. But I think in this scenario, you wake up Celicus first.
Yep.
And Celicus just sits straight up, like almost like the rising dead. What?
Xanthos, do you want to give Celicus the rundown, or should I? You do it. You. This is more. Yeah.
So
Are you getting Calder up too, since there would be their watch, or?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go for it.
Let's go.
So we'll kick Calder too.
What the hell?
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't see. It's dark in here.
Well, get better magic.
Okay.
It's perfectly fine in here.
We're gonna need your better magic soon. So.
Oh yeah. So.
Why do you look like you've seen a ghost?
So it first started. Ryan and I were talking about a workout program, and we were like trying to compare tips and all that. But like Xanthos will tell like exactly what happened, like of like making sure to ask like if Celicus has heard of Grimshaw, but then ask and then point out the word that was left in Draconic. But tell the whole story to them.
I personally do not think Celicus would know of any big dragon names other than like the Frigid Doom and other associates.
What was that name one more time?
Grimshale.
Grimshale. Sounds like a rock.
Yeah, that's what I was
Angry
thinking.
rock.
Actually. Like shale rock, like that's and yeah.
And you didn't get a look at him?
Yeah, he seemed to have the ability to get rid of all light.
Huh. If only you knew somebody that could see through darkness.
You can see through darkness?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Ours is just breathing softly as he's sleeping. He's completely out.
Shh, before you wake the child. You're going to have to rock him back to bed.
You kicked me. You
Right.
do it.
Where is this word?
Walk up the stairs and I'll illuminate using the stone that I lit up the whole word.
Okay, so you light up in Celicus. You see this word is Kothul, which is a promise or vow that isn't made lightly. It is considered to break one. It weakens the honor and the spirit.
Okay.
So this was something that was the deepest type of promise that could be made between beings. What you would know that word to be.
Because I learned how to see through darkness when you learned how to breathe good.
This is more than just like a promise. This is deeper than swearing on your gods, swearing on like your mother's grave if you loved your mother.
So a bloodbound pact,
It is maybe a little bit even beyond that.
magically enforced.
That's what I was gonna ask. This is magically enforced.
I would think if such beings are of that kind of magical adeptude, yes.
Well, I think we need to all get rest. And we need to fulfill, especially for me and Xanatos. I actually think it's going to be the difference between all of us leaving here. We get rest. We find those adventurers who took their stone. We bring it back. We fulfill our part of the bargain. And to be fair, he did say that we could take whatever else we wanted on the way out. So
we're still coming out with something and our lives. And I respect this creature 100%.
I'm terrified of it 1,000%.
Why did I choose to come back here?
I'm going to go rest.
Same.
I'm going to leave the stone and I'm going to walk down the stairs.
All right. And then, so ours, you've chosen not to be in this one too, but I was going to say the other one could be 3 if you don't want it, but Calder and Celicus.
So you make any of those Cthulhu's?
No, but when you're a child and you're growing up listening to every single story under the great sky, I told stories of mighty beings swearing oaths of brotherhood.
So you didn't live underground, like where we are now?
No.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, this is where you craft. Got it. So people were just swearing Cthulhu's left and right. So you were like, hey, that seems good. And you never just kind of did it by accident?
No. Although there were plenty of kids who made the occasional blood oath with each other. But it was all just kid stuff. This is phenomenally different. Also, I didn't just get hit in the head. It wasn't the bees, toxins infecting my mind. I saw you with claws, teeth, and fur.
Are you feeling okay?
Are you
Maybe you're having like an allergic reaction to the bee venom.
Are you like part tabaxi or something? Is this an illusion?
I mean, you're welcome to like. I pull back my sleeve, like no hair there. Open my chest, my chest piece up. Normal amount of chest hair.
Celica's kind of like does like this like a deep throated kind of reverberation growl of just like.
Oh, is that singing? The throat singing? Well, there was a guy in Port one time that he performed like that. Are you particularly adept at it?
No, it is simply my general harmonics.
Like a bird.
Yes, like a bird.
Nice. I'd offer to play my lute, but people are sleeping. So Grimshale, Angry Rock. You think if I called him that, he might get upset? I don't know why I say him. Grimshale could be a woman. Or other.
Possibly.
You know, they might be fluid.
From Xanatos and Orion's description, I have a feeling that Grimshale is a dragon.
So do we think Grimshale is the Grandmaster Master, or is there a Grandmaster Master Master? And that's what Grimshale is.
Is it bad that I don't want to know?
Probably, because we're going to die to it, likely.
Mm.
I also wish my brother had used half of, one of the 2 brain cells he has that are fighting for third to wake me up so I could see through the dark.
Again, when did this happen? When we started on this whole thing, I distinctly remember you going off to piss one night and stumbling over your own feet.
First of all, it was a rock. Second of all, I've stuck to my guns. You decided to start practicing your weapons more and breathing. I can't help what each individual person develops.
Breathing is a necessary
I
thing
really
for continued
wanted
existence.
to be able to see through the dark, because carrying a torch puts a target on you.
Well, at
So
least
I don't know. Maybe I'm magical in that, like, I wished it really hard, and I could just see in the dark now. I mean, ours just kind of thinks about it, and he glows. Why is it so astounding that I can see through the dark all of a sudden? Is it because I'm human? You don't think my blood is magical enough? Are you a humanist?
No, Calder. It's because ours glows in the dark because apparently he's half angel.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
That means he's like
was one of his parents like what was it, a Deva or a solar? I think those are angel terms. Or just like the gods were near him and it's like a tiefling. Or the elemental, the elementally touched. What are they called again? I'm blanking.
Genasis.
Those just happen if you're like near a portal to that plane. So maybe he was just like near a divine gate or something when he was born.
Personally, I don't know his background. All I know is
I think only Torsten did.
all I know is that he apparently fell on hard times, comes from a rather wealthy family, but has fallen on hard times, specifically because he took this job. Which of, I don't think Alaric and Xanatos really spoke of exactly what our cut is of this. Now, Whisper brought that up.
I mean, there's more of us than the 2 of them. Because, like, yeah, I know they're bringing the maps, but, if they try to short us, we could just take them.
Well,
like, Alaric will blow over in the wind.
Exactly.
Have you seen him?
I mean, you could.
Between his backpack that he's, got every possible thing his frail frame could carry, and, the fact that he's out of breath just, walking with said backpack, you just flick him in the forehead, he'll fall over. But I also don't think he'd try to short us, our share. He's gonna be like, yeah, you guys kept us alive while we explored my map. Everybody gets peace. It's Xanatos, if anything. Like, did you see what he did to that kobold? After he surrendered? It's like, whoa. Like, I thought dudes that wear armor that heavy are supposed to be, like, honorable or something.
My friend Braga introduced us, said, "You're a paladin, he's a paladin." And then I reminded her that I never actually took my oaths. And she
So
said,
you get to just claim. So you're stealing. It's stolen valor. That's what you've been doing.
"No. That's not how it works."
I don't know. You just said you didn't take your oath, but you keep walking around saying you're a paladin.
Paladin
So you're like a cop in
half
training. You're a guard in training.
I was in training, and my training never finished because everybody died.
And there's no other paladins. These were the only paladins you could train with.
Well, the closest that possibly could continue my education in the order were in Vasselheim. And I alone were probably not going to get there.
I mean, you're a pretty rare breed, literally. I think you could have found somebody to sponsor. You just didn't brand it right. The last Draconian to go to Vasselheim.
I was not the last Draconian.
They didn't have to know that. On a pilgrimage, what's the story of the not the Genasi? It's that Taldore group where they're all like elements and they've got their secret hideaways. An Artamente or something like that. You could be like, oh, the Draconian Artamente.
Druid.
Somebody would have definitely, given you passage to Vasselheim.
Honestly, I think I'm better off the way I am now.
Breathing better, yes. Breathing is good, as you said.
It's necessary for life at this point.
Seeing
unless
in the dark,
you live underwater.
Not true. The air Genasis, they don't have to. They can just hold their breath forever if they want. There was a guy I lost a bet, and that's how I know that information. But yeah, there's people that breathe underwater. Does that count as breathing?
Celicus at this point has decided to ignore you. Because he realizes at this point that we got off, he got talked to off the topic of wait a minute, this bitch. I was going to get down to the bottom of this, but he talked me out of it. Oh, I'm mad. And he's just gonna sit there steaming.
Oh.
All right, then give me perception checks.
Can I guide myself?
Yes.
Or is this too low? Okay. Guidance is a 2. Perception is a 5. I'm going to use my heroic inspiration to re-roll that because that was atrocious. And I'm going to get it back when I finish this long rest. 18 total. Let's go. Heroic inspiration coming in clutch. Humans. Am I right?
Cool. All right. So you watch. You notice that the walls around this room now have a slight dim glow on the runes that look like they now come up half the wall.
Are they glowing runes or
Dimly?
Did you watch those runes crawl up the wall like that? Because I was not paying attention, if I'm being honest. I assume whatever deal Obi and Xanatos made with Grimshale, like we were just kind of good, and I didn't realize that those were moving.
Do I have an idea of what these runes might do? Is there any like wordage in these runes?
There is not. These are more
Arcane.
yeah. Do Arcana check if you'd like.
Yeah, why not? It's a 2. It's I don't nothing. Jon Snow. That's accurate.
All right. In that case, you can get the other 3 for the final watch if you want.
Yeah.
I'll let Alaric know about the runes and maybe he can figure them out. They seem to be arcane rather than words of a don't do this or you will all perish.
Dang it! I forgot to talk to Briarblade.
Let's take a look at him. As soon as I wake up. It's not like I slept at all. I mean, I did, but it wasn't enough.
Luke, you sound like super far away. I can't hear you like at all.
Like it's like you just the first part of your word and then it's complete nothing.
That's okay. Is it better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what's this about? Okay, oh right, on the walls. Okay, wake up. Here we go. We're gonna wake up. Because we noticed those when we came in the room. I guess I'd like to see what I noticed that's different about them now.
Sure. Before they didn't seem to have any glow to them, and now, like, going up the floor to the ceiling, half of all around is glowing. A little bit more than half, actually.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can make an Arcana check.
Sure. Uh, 18.
Okay. It's unique spellcraft. You can tell 2 things. One seems to be like a divination or detection, as though it's scanning or identifying what is in the room, specifically organic. What organic might be in the room. And it's also a kind of a timer as it goes. You think likely something will happen once it hits the ceiling. Likely a reaction to whatever it's found in its detections.
Oh. That's interesting. And you said the room is okay, and it's going up, right? Up the walls.
Yeah.
Huh. It's almost like the room is very slowly casting.
Oh. So that's what it meant.
What meant?
Neglected to tell you the wondrous thing that Xanatos and Orion got up to on First Watch. Apparently, they met a
I already went to
dragon.
bed.
and
All right.
apparently,
Yes, this is Alaric, Whisper, and ours would be woken up for this, I would assume.
yeah.
Okay, just want to be clear because so far the only person woken up was Alaric.
Yeah. If everyone's cool with that, would rather give people opportunity to play.
Yeah.
Wait, so ours is getting woken up?
Yeah.
If you're up to being woken up for a watch.
Ours is willing to, but with whom? There only needs to be 2 people, right?
Alaric
and Whisper.
But often we let there
all
be
of you
3
can-
so that people can have an RP moment.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, yeah. So ours would slowly stir and get up and stretch up his arms above him while still sitting, and let out a yawn and look up at Whisper and Alaric.
Luke, basically, I, the player,
Like-
forgot to tell you guys about the dragon part, but Celicus would have told you.
Yeah, I definitely woke up Ars and Whisper and immediately passed out face down on my bed. no like information exchange, just like your turn.
So you will know, because Celicus told you the specific thing that the dragon told Xanatos and Orion, that sleep well and leave quick, or you'll be cleansed.
Wait, so Salucus is telling Whisper, Alaric, and ours this?
Correct.
Okay. So
So-
ours is still half asleep, and he's listening to Celicus explaining what happened on First Watch. And then he slowly just starts to wake up a lot more. He's like, wait, what? Oh, I knew there were dragons here. I just knew it. He let out a sigh and get up.
Yeah, they
Wow.
made a really deep oath promise to them, and we're going to have to deal with the ramifications of that in the morning.
Oh, well, that's just great. Hey,
Promise was a
technically,
spell waiting to be cast.
Mhm.
technically, only they made the promise. We didn't make any promise.
Oh, they made
Oh.
it on our behalf.
No. You can't make a promise on someone else's behalf.
You've never interacted with the Fae, have you?
With a fae?
As representatives of the party, they spoke for the entire party, making the promise for the entire party.
I don't think this isn't the Feywild. Those rules don't apply, and I don't think that's even a Fey rule, is it? You just speak on
Fey
behalf of
rules.
someone else.
Hey, rules are great if you know them. And when you
I mean,
think
that-
you know them, you're way off.
Are you sure? I mean, I know some Fey rules. I know never to tell your, never to give away your name. You don't dance with them. You don't eat their food. I know some stuff.
You know the fable stuff.
Yeah, but also my mother confirmed it. I've never been to the Fae or interacted with the Fae, but she traveled all over the plains.
I guess here's the question for you. Are you going to leave your party here without completing the quest that has been presented to them?
I'm not so heartless that I'm just going to leave the two of them to go do this alone, no. But
So then the fate rule applies that a promise was made and you intend to keep it because you are invested in the people you are with.
that's not
The
fair.
promise was made for all of us. Regardless, what about being cleansed, though? Let's get to a more concerning.
Yeah, I think that was euphemistic speak for turn us to ash, or something along those lines.
Do you know how long we have, Alaric?
So you see Alaric is sitting over by the wall, leaning up against it, and he has a book open and he has cast light on the page of the book and is writing on that page that has light cast on it. And he's writing furiously on it. It's like, well, from what I could tell, when the lights reach the top, that's how long we have. He says without looking up, and he continues to write furiously. And then on the opposite page, he's drawing, and for the, I don't know if this requires a roll, but he's trying to map out the dungeon that we've been through so far.
Okay. Yeah, give me intelligence check.
Okay.
So,
And I'm proficient with cartography tools. Does that give me advantage?
Yeah.
is a 17.
Okay. So you think you have a reasonable map that you've so far gone to? It's a bit odd because there's like this undefined area, but that you've kind of like gone, oh, there's roads that go somewhere from
Mhm.
here, from how you've traveled. But you look, it's pretty good.
Ours would kind of position himself to where he could see out into the hallway, realizing that he's the only one of the three of them that can actually see in the darkness. So, and then he's also going to kind of whisper beneath his breath, almost inaudible words, and he's going to lay his palm on his chest, and he's going to glow with this soft golden radiance.
And Alark is going to pause writing as a thought comes to him, and he's going to set the pen down and look over to Whisper. I spent a lot of late nights in study, and those were often just spent in silence, and so it's sort of my default. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you or not willing to talk. It's just my natural to just write and try to pass through everything we've encountered so far. Did anyone tell you what those arcane constructs did? We had a party member that was struck by one of them, and we thought that it caused that party member to flee, to have a change of mind, change of heart, beyond their control, and they fled off into the darkness. And we thought we would have to chase them, and it turns out it actually paralyzed them, turned them invisible, and created a copy of them. And I am struggling to fathom why that arcane construct had such an ability. Like, what was that used?
Your voice got real quiet again.
Anyway, all that was to say that if you would like to talk, I'm all for it. I'm just.
I mean, sure, I'm happy to have a conversation. I just know that sometimes wizardly folk like yourself have to focus. So you have all the spells in here when you need them.
Yes.
Is that what you're doing now, or are you just...
I was actually... and he kind of turns it, like... It's almost because the light is coming from the page, so he's trying to angle it so it doesn't blind everybody else. But you can see that there are several equations and geometry and algebra and several things for anything. I'm trying to figure out how those constructs were animated. What allowed them to do that? Everything that we've encountered so far, like when we entered, there were those blue flames just on the walls. Like, are those always there? Is there a spell? I'm trying to be. There's only so much you can learn. That's why I came out here. But I didn't expect it to be so difficult. I don't know why I didn't expect that, but I didn't expect learning things firsthand to be this difficult. In a school, everybody did the learning for you, and you just sort of copied it down, and now I'm having to sort of figure it out from scratch, almost.
Yep, sometimes knowledge comes with a cost. Sometimes that cost is gold. Sometimes it's blood. Sometimes it's years of your life. But knowledge is never cheap.
I suppose not. Oh, a question for you. Your friend, you said that it was Raya. Going to think of it. Going to think of it. Blade. Raya Blade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Luke, your voice is almost impossible to hear.
Sorry. I'll see if I can fix it. Hold on.
That's a lot better.
Because it's not picking up my upper register.
Oh.
So when I speak in my normal voice, it's fine.
Yeah, when you speak quietly, it's inaudible, basically. I can't hear you at all.
No, it's super quiet again.
I can't hear anything he's saying.
Yeah, there's nothing right now.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, we can't hear you at all.
I mean, should we? Yeah, skip on then. Okay, sounds like a plan. In that case, everyone can wake from their long rest and mark it.
Aw. I'd wanted to do some role playing, but okay.
Well, oh, sorry. I thought ours you had it. Was there something else you wanted to do? I apologize.
I just wanted to talk to Whisper more and maybe a Lark too.
Well, not gonna be able to talk to a lark. Was there more you
Yeah.
wanted to say to Whisper?
Yeah.
Um,
To talk.
he would have wanted to ask her more about the Fae and about why she wants to adventure so much.
Well, I was, like I said when we first met, I was kidnapped by some of the Unseelie, the Dark Fae, and that was, terrible. Several months of my life, and then Tag freed me, and then we wandered the Feywild, and then that was a lot of fun, and did that for about 3 years, and when I
How-
came back, 7 years had passed. But before I left, I made Tag a promise that I would go on adventures and then I would tell them about it. I would travel and I would see things. And everybody would have seen her pull a doll before she went to bed and she talked to it in Sylvan.
Hmm.
And it looks like a satyr with red hair and a pan flute. And so every night before I go to bed, I tell him what I did during the day.
I see. Well, okay. All right. I guess we'll move on.
You have specific questions about the Fae? I mean, I could try and answer them. It's an interesting place to be.
It's okay. Clearly, everybody wants to move on. I can't seem to. It's fine.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. We all
Okay,
can.
great. Were there questions ours had for Alaric?
No, not really. Not specific ones yet.
Well, I think there would be there's plenty of watches coming in that game as to proceed, so you can always come back to these. So if you feel these things, don't worry. With that though, we can get on to long rest completing, and you can mark it. And now everyone is awake, able to share the information.
The immediate question is, once everybody is awoken, how close are the glyphs to the
Yeah.
ceiling?
Yeah, it is not all the way up there, but they're about 2 inches away.
Yeah, let's go.
Now, considering you said something about like organic material and what previously was stated, I don't want to be in here when it reaches the top.
You know, we probably shouldn't, but also, what if it's a fascinating spell? What if it's just...
We can watch the spell from outside of the room and look into it. We don't have to be in here to see it.
All right, all right.
Celicus
Yeah,
is going to be
let's-
kind and drag the kobolds out with us.
I woke us up.
On our way out, we'll be like, Whisper. Sorry, the other night I got lost in my own thoughts. Quick question. What you used to conjure your friend Briarblade, did that require components?
No, I just asked her if she could come. She didn't have any duties that kept her from coming. So
Right. Okay, great.
she
good
led
to know.
her people in killing a giant spider.
Oh. Was it a regular spider to her? Like to us, like size-wise?
No.
Oh, okay.
It would be a giant spider to you and me.
Oh, okay.
Ours visibly shudders. The idea of a giant spider.
Yeah, just if anybody happens to see, like, as we're moving, any incense just around, if you could let me know, it would be appreciated. Because
Sorry, innocence?
incense?
Incense.
Oh, the smelly stuff. Yeah.
Right. Because you know how when you pack everything for a trip and you think I've got everything, but there's always something you forget. But it turns out the thing that I need to bring Blitzvalka back is one of the things I forgot.
Are you a religious man, Alaric?
Not particularly. Why?
Incense is typically used for rituals and for carrying out divine rites.
Well, I mean, I am using it in a ritual. It's just not a religious one. Strictly arcane.
I wonder if I need incense for things then.
It might depend on the spell. So what do you think a safe distance is?
I think we should move. It's really what I think we should do.
I won't lie, I'm a little bit afraid. Why doesn't that thing go down there itself? Why does it need us to?
Because it doesn't have to. It has us to do its bidding. Because it knows it can either hurt or destroy us. So let's do it us and at least get out of this room and try to usher everyone out.
I assumed we were.
I assumed you guys were walking out of the room.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
my impression.
Okay. I thought like we were just hanging out. but-
It was walking and talking was sort of.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
This
And I
just
will
doesn't
say,
seem-
sorry, go ahead, Ars. I interrupted you.
Well, I already said what I was. Yeah.
Someone said it just doesn't seem. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Okay. In that case, if you move in the direction that this being had mentioned to you, you can see a large 15-foot wide hole is carved in the side of a wall that is unworked about 50 feet away from this building. At first, it goes about 10-15 feet and then goes down at a rather steep angle. Might be a little hard to traverse, but not impossible.
All right. We doing this? We ready to go down it?
Ready as we'll ever be, I suppose.
All right.
Yep.
I look down at No Name and say, "Are you ready, little buddy?" All right. I'm so glad that we're getting along, and I'm gonna.
So actually, since you started the day, go ahead and give me another animal handling check. We'll determine the attitude for the day.
Ooh, 19.
Jumps up and licks your face.
Ours kind of gently claps his hands like this, like very quickly, and he says, "Looks like we have a pet now."
Good job. All right. I will. Oh, go ahead.
Xantos will offer the idea, like, should we have the kobolds go first and we go behind them?
Oh, we're bringing the kobolds.
I was gonna leave them tied up over there.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do that too, or we can bring them and have them go. Actually, no, I don't want to mess with this thing. You're right. We should leave them tied up over here. I don't want them to get mad. We sacrifice their kobolds. That's what they said.
Celica is like pointing to like, I don't know, like a broken pillar that's kind of tall or something.
Yeah, they're looking like, oh, the grand one spoke on our behalf. Yes, yes.
Oh my god, these stupid kobolds! They said there was no one else. Like,
All right.
One?
Who's the grand one?
She's not one. She's beyond what one is.
It's a she?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Let's get
No
down.
one sees her. None. But you can continue.
She sounds scary.
They nod their heads vigorously.
What's her relationship to you kobolds?
They don't really seem to have much. She tells us what to do a lot. Talks to the Grandmaster much.
I see. So she's your real leader. Your master.
They don't seem to really understand the difference between the two things you're trying to do. Their brains do not distinguish the way that you are attempting to make the distinguishment. I would say you recognize in them, they think of her in a way that beings think of gods.
Yeah.
And you're trying to go, and then you're trying to say, well, she's really the leader of the leader. Well, I guess you could say that is sort of how they're reacting, not in the way in which they're, because they've more of a much more grandiose idea of her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you too. Don't try and kill us next time, please.
Cool.
Bye.
Cool. As you begin going down the tunnel,
would having a spear and using it point down into the dirt help me keep my my footing better? Like those
possibly a little bit. Yeah, you could be walking that. And in fact, as you do that, you notice on. Oh, I'm sorry, where we at? My bad. Yeah, you begin pushing down the tunnel. Yeah, how you kind of using your spear a little bit to help you out?
Yeah, or a pike, like just something with a point that I can dig into the dirt to kind of, or the ground to kind of help me keep steady. Since you said it was a fairly steep incline, and before we started down, I would have just whispered to myself Supora after summoning whichever of the two weapons I feel will be more helpful in keeping me steady to get my temp HP.
Jonathan, I think your camera's frozen.
Yeah, it is. But it's okay.
It's just frozen on darkness.
Oh, me, it's frozen with him in a very contemplative look.
That I totally took a picture of.
What is your strategy for getting down the tunnel?
Well, to start, how about we? I'll just pick up a stone, cast light on it, and toss it into the tunnel to see kind of like where it goes.
Yeah, it curves. The tunnel itself kind of curves a bit, always at a fairly steep downward angle. You can kind of see. It goes beyond your sight as it drops off at least 100 feet. It kind of curves around.
Are we tying ourselves to each other? So if one goes, we all slide down together, or are we gonna? Because we can't obviously tie to the wall because it's gonna be more than 100 feet or 50 feet of rope.
That makes sense to me. And I'll take out my rope so that I can aid in tying and helping everyone tie together.
Yeah. Does anyone have a climber's kit?
Nope.
I'll wait for Alaric to pull something out.
Not a climber's kit, no.
Okay. Is that enough for everyone then?
Yeah, I have javelins like to recreate the walking stick that Calder did. We can pass them out to everyone.
Okay. In that case, we would do moving down here. Let's do athletics checks. I'd say at advantage because of ropes and such things. And all these
humans, don't forget to claim your heroic inspiration because we long rested.
Mm-hmm.
Haha. 2 11s for 12.
Dirty 20.
Not 20.
16.
22.
Wait, what are we rolling?
Athletics check for climbing.
Uh-oh.
At advantage.
Yes.
At advantage?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got an 18.
Wow. And I got a 16, surprisingly.
Okay. Then safely you were able to descend through the tunnel that winds. You feel maybe 500, 600 feet lower and lower. Till you break now onto what seems to be a very thin ridge of rock in a large open expanse. Both rocky and crystalline structures jut about almost a hollowed out section of earth, growing in and on the cavern walls and ceilings, and on the paths themselves, a bioluminescent fungi that give off a dim light. Something warm air seems to shoot up from the center and surrounds this whole thing, or warms this whole area, it seems. Sticky, humid. And moving just a bit down, you can see Calder can see what looks like a rock not so covered in this fungus that has been set aside. Carved very carefully is the shape of a droplet with a dagger in the center of it piercing the bottom.
Anybody know what a dagger?
Calder, you've seen this before. Specifically, sorry. When you recall seeing these occasionally when you've run into a person you know as Bellaril.
Bellaroo?
Bellaril.
Bellaril. Okay.
One moment. Do you go back in and add names to people?
Unless I assume you all informed each other's of the names of connections you made. If you did not, I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know if this was one of mine because I had given you a bunch of DM choice ones, and so I hadn't named people because I didn't know what race or gender they were going to be.
This would be the person who hunts you.
Okay, got it. So I did not have that information. Okay. Let me look at my backstory real quick to remember that tidbit.
I pulled it from connections with another character's backstory. What
Yeah.
they had said, so I think that's why I might have not gotten.
Got it.
So you see this mark here of the hunter, and that is where we will end for tonight. And we'll come back to this new section at level 3 next week.
Woo!
Awesome! Yay!
Finally, all the good stuff.
Yo, my computer's so scuffed right now. It's still showing me that it's 9:36. I just have to look at my phone to see what time it was.